Oh God, we are here. Okay, okay. Okay, I thought I didn't create this link. We're live on YouTube. Do you
Right.
wanna?
Yeah,
All
yeah.
right, I'm gonna give you. Wait, I gotta send you guys the link to the show. So give me a second. Give me a second. Um, we're in a different space tonight because invite guests. Hold on, I gotta get. Oh, invite guests. Copy. Give me a second, guys. Oh, how do I do this? Oh, you know what? Let me do it on this phone. Hi guys, while I'm doing this, let us know where you're watching from. Are we on Facebook too? Because I think I started so late. I want to make sure that we caught us on Facebook. Because Facebook, child, they got a time constraint. So are we on Facebook? I don't see us on Facebook. Oh, we are on Facebook. Yes, God is so good. I was nervous because I was like, did we miss our Facebook block? Let me put, ooh, they ready. They said, where Russell? Russell's gonna sit down a second. Let me give him his proper introduction. But before I do that, let me put the link for you guys to join as a guest. We really want to get some guys. Um, okay, perfect. Okay, now we're moving and shaking. All right. To be a guest, I just pinned it in the comment section on YouTube. So if you want to be a guest, it's in the comment section on YouTube, and now I'm putting it in the comment section on Facebook. Yes, I see you guys on Facebook. I thought I didn't create this link, but I guess I was more efficient than I thought to. Let me see. Ooh. So I'm training. Wait, hold on. I don't know if Russell's gonna stay for the whole time. Wait, hold on. Okay, what's going on, child? Listen, to be a guest, to be a guest, the link is in the comment section on Facebook and on YouTube if you want to be a guest. If you want to be a guest, push the request. Facebook, child, is acting up. Um, Let me know. Texas is in the building. Houston's in the building. Um, okay, we do have a guest. Let me see who this is before. Make sure you guys push the likes. Dr. Ken, I have to see your face. So on YouTube, I don't select anybody. We can see them first, and sometimes we get trolls on YouTube. So I never bring anybody on the show until I can verify their face. All right. So the link is there. So if you want to be a guest, you want me to introduce you? Then you sit down.
You ready?
Oh, this is down. Yeah. Okay. All right. So hey guys, meet Russell. Russell, say your full name for
Hello,
the people.
guys. My name is Russell Hartley.
Okay, so we're not gonna do the long intro we did on Instagram. I
Jump
did,
right into it.
yeah, I did grill him, so I'll make that a video so you guys can see. So make sure you guys like the YouTube page, like the Facebook page. While I am putting the link, tell them a little bit about yourself, Russell.
Hi, guys. I'm just a yapper on the internet. Just talking shit every day.
No, that's not true. You also help women and men.
Yeah, yeah. I
You
just get on there. I get on live and I kind of, just riff on stuff. I talk about the harsh truths about dating for both men and women. I basically let everyone have it. But
yes.
lately, it seems like women like my content more than me.
Yeah, because you say date the winners, and I have Russell. Can you break down? We did it. We're just waiting for people. No one's supposed to request yet. Break down because I posted you, child, and it was like everybody gonna get a winner. So what's your definition? Because you say women shouldn't date potential, which I disagree to a certain degree. But first, before I give you my counter to that, what is a winner to you?
Okay, so look, I recognize that not everybody's going to be a billionaire or multimillionaire or even a millionaire. But what I think is a success as a man is making enough for themselves and then have enough for others around them. That's it. If you can take care of yourself and others, that's a success in my book. Now, obviously, there are levels to the game for sure. But as long as you have enough for yourself and can provide extra for others, then that is a good start. That is a good place to be dating from.
Okay. Now, what comes along with a winner? Because, if you say, because the analogy we gave was the finish line. So the crazy shit is I'm running the LA Marathon on Saturday, and
That's
I'm not,
crazy
it is crazy. It'll be my third marathon, and I'm not really that ready. But I'm imagining the finish line, right? So there's only going to be so many winners. But what if there's, one winner and then 3,000 women to this one man? Do you think this woman should be okay with, like, potentially sharing this man? And what if she doesn't get selected by the winner?
Well, there's going to be a percentile of winner. Obviously, there's number one, which is like the most sought after Leonardo DiCaprio type.
Oh my
and
God.
Women are happy to share Leonardo DiCaprio. Let me tell you. They're totally happy for that. But there's also a lot of other guys in the pecking order that that they can also date, and there are levels to it there too. So I think that there are some women that are perfectly willing to look the other way if the man's providing for them and paying all these bills. All right. Then there are other women that are not okay with that. So it's up to you, but definitely date guys that have already made something of themselves and have something to show for it.
Okay. And we talked about this. I gave you the reason why I understand that analogy, but I know that, okay, well, before I give that, what kind of woman does a winner want? Because you can want the winner, but he has to want you back.
Of course, well, he's got to be attracted to you.
Okay.
All right.
So attraction's key.
Attraction's key. You don't, and you don't want him. You don't want him. Oh, we got a guy coming in.
We got a guy, and so we got a guy. I got to get this guy before he's a unique guy because he's an update. So,
okay.
Like, hey, so we'll come back to that.
Yeah,
we'll come back to that. This is an exclusive update. Let's bring him on. Lucky Love.
Hey, Kendra.
What's up, Lucky?
Okay, so Russell, he is a guy, but let me set the tone for Lucky. Lucky was on my show, met a woman. You were living where?
I was living in Richmond, Illinois. I'm back there.
Okay, you're back there. Okay, this is the best light you have?
It's hard to see,
yeah,
Lucky.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm at a karaoke bar trying to live my life to the fullest.
Okay.
He's out there, though.
He's out there. Okay, so I'm gonna set the tone for who he is. He called me a while ago. He was living in Illinois, met a woman from my show, then ended up moving to California. Now, the backstory is that woman called me a couple weeks ago and basically said, you used her, you played her, you left the home. So this is an exclusive update because I haven't talked to you since your ex called in telling us y'all business. So what happened from your point of view?
And you're sounding pretty unlucky at a glance.
No, I mean, to be honest, I'm not gonna come on this show and bash her. I still think she's a wonderful woman. We honestly just didn't end up clicking. She comes definitely from a different background than I do. And honest to God, I really thought love was going to conquer there. I mean, I could show you countless videos over the course of the year that genuinely changed my life. I mean, I got to meet her daughters and they ended up calling me stepdad. It was a scenario where I took a house that, hey, don't get me wrong, it's not like I was walking into, a palace. It was a pretty cluttered mess, to be honest. It was not, to be honest, very suitable. But I'm not going to knock her in any way. At the end of the day, she's not lying. 16-hour days, sometimes even longer, working CNA shifts. She was never really home. So the babysitter kind of took over, and I gave her a chance for an entire year to be close with her kids. Because
I'm gonna jump in real quick.
What's happening here?
Okay, wait, okay. One thing, you talked about her home, but to be quite honest, at least she had a home, Lucky. You moved in to her home.
Yeah, I can't knock that. I can't.
So,
and there's a lot here that I will be honest about. To say that I came financially stable, no, I didn't. I came exactly how I was. I didn't, front in any way, shape, or form. I told her exactly how it was. I'm a struggling musician. I'm really, really trying to make it. And at the end of the day, I'll spend my last dime trying to make it because at the end of the day, $1 million is right around the corner, especially when it's like a scenario where I'm not that bad. If I was really shitty, then, at the end of the day, you got to accept it at some point. But I'm 30 years young. And I could shock most people on this show.
I can already tell you that this is crazy that you called in because you're going to prove Russell's point that he makes when he says women shouldn't date potential.
Well, I actually agree with Russell. I know I agree. And that's why I kind of wanted to hop on this episode out of all the other, because I've had plenty of opportunity. And
Lucky,
God,
why are they
the amount
calling
of
you a
women.
Scammer?
You said what?
Why are they calling you a scammer?
No, hey, it's easy for people that don't know how business works to call things a scam. I mean, it's like working for any sort of life insurance company. Would you call that a scam? But at the end of the day, it's just a business.
Do you have a job at a life insurance company?
I did actually work for PHP at one point in my life under Patrick Bet David. Yeah.
So you have a job now?
Currently right now I run my own company, Lucky Entertainment Productions. I throw events throughout the entire Chicagoland area and the Los Angeles area. And pretty much I do private events on a regular basis. So I get income through that between 20 to 40K a year.
Okay, so you moved into this woman's house and you started paying the bills. Is that what you're saying?
Actually, I moved into her house under the complete like she told me whatsoever. I can't date her unless I move in. Every person she's ever dated moves in with her. So I found that a little weird, but at the end of the day, I'm not here.
You moved in with her.
You said what?
You moved in with her.
Oh, I could see you're trying to make this like a viral moment thing.
No, bro, you said that. You moved in with her and you didn't pay any bills because you didn't have a job.
That's completely wrong. That's where you're wrong.
Correct me. Maybe I'm just hearing.
Yeah, so like he's asking you a question. When you moved in,
well, I know it's hard to answer the question if he's going to jump on me, especially trying to make a viral moment. But I understand him, so I'm not.
Well, okay, well, let me say this to that. I don't think he's trying to make a viral moment because, like, first of all, and we just talked about this. Russell yesterday, so before you came on, he said to women, only date winners, don't date men that have potential.
And I get a lot of heat for that, by the way. I go viral in the wrong way.
Right. So,
well, I'm agreeing with him on that point. So if he would just let me speak, he'd hear it.
Right. So I want to say to you is he's not trying, like he stood on this before you came on. What I was saying is I actually was in a sense disagreeing because I know men who were on the come up, built with women, and now they're happily married and are very lucrative in their careers, but the woman got with them in their potential moment. So there's two sides to the coins. But in your coin, the question is simple. When you moved in with her, did you take care of the bills? Because she said you weren't taking care of the bills. Initially,
no. You are correct. Initially, no. When I had gotten there about 2 weeks after getting there, my car did blow up. That is not a lie. That is everything to do with it. I had a 1996 Chevy Malibu. That thing fucking made it from Chicago to LA, and I'm so happy it did. But at the end of the day, what I did was immediately realize after a few weeks, like, okay, clearly money is going to be the main part of this scenario. So let me go ahead and lock down a job. So unfortunately, she knew I was coming to the table with 2 prior felonies from a decade ago. This isn't a scenario where these are felonies that are violent or horrible. I had possession charges from being an idiot college kid, around bad people. And of course, I'm the only black kid in the suburbs, so easy to put the blame on very quickly. But that's a whole nother basket case I could go down. Point being, getting a job in LA out of all cities isn't exactly easy when you have that sort of background. So it took a little bit. But in the meantime, I had ways to make money, and she forced my hand via, threatening the relationship that if I didn't come in with some money, then we would be done. So I just went ahead and I made quick money at the end of the day. Now, was it scammy? No, hell no. Now, if you don't know anything about it, and I'm not going to sit here for 3.5 hours to explain it, I'm sure easy peasy lemon squeezy, you can call it a scam. So at that point, I'm going to go ahead and sit back and just let that one be whatever the comments want it to be. But
it just sounds
from that second month, I handed over $3,000. Okay, immediately. Second month. I don't know anybody who's been on this fucking show who could even say that they've dropped $3,000 on a woman within the first 2 months, besides the ones who actually have $100,000 in the bank, which at the end of the day, I can see by your face, you're very judgmental towards a lower class of society.
No,
I'm not going to lie. A lower class of society. No. Hold on. Let me finish that sentence before you cut me off.
Let me finish the sentence before you cut me off. I promise you.
Hey, if you're going to be a guest on Kendra's show, you should probably let people speak.
To me is that you moved into some poor, unfortunate soul situation so that she could take care of you, and then you came up with some money and then gave it to her because she forced your hand. I'm just saying the facts, and that sounds to me.
Well, no, you're saying the facts from you're saying the facts from a skewed point of view because at the end of no, at the end of the day, you heard her side of the story first, and I could tell.
He never heard. He doesn't spoke to her. He doesn't know her at all.
He might not know her, but at the end of the day, if you rewind any of the tapes, he's provided information that he would have had to have known something.
No, he does not know anything. No, Lucky, hold on. Here's the deal. We got to take accountability. Listen, there's no lies here. That's why I set the tone before I brought you on, because you're not just
fine.
Hold on. You're not just a regular guy. He never saw the video, okay? Period. I
don't even know what's going on.
But what he is saying is, and this is what I'm saying to you, he talked about this the other day on my show. And basically, before I get there, I don't want to judge you, but do you think him moving in, that's red flag number one?
Well, if you don't come to the table with some money as a man, what are you doing? That's all I'm saying. Just get your money up first before you start dating. Anything else is just.
And you're right, and I take that fully. At the end of the day, you're damn right, and I will force. Am I too loud? I'm too loud. I'm so sorry. Hey, so you know, outside of the barn, someone told me I'm too loud. That's kind of funny.
Right.
But anyway,
and I think secondly, I know you said you gave her $3,000. I'm not sure what her bills were, but the narrative is if you move in with anybody, male or female, you should know you have to contribute as an adult to the bills.
Yeah,
correct. And to say I didn't is unreal. I mean, like, it's one of those where I get it. From what I'm saying, I'm probably not providing enough information to explain it. And on top of that, I'm not going to lie, heart is kind of racing just due to the fact that, you know, it's like I'm on a show where people are very judgmental. And I'm really just trying to
okay.
Correct.
Okay.
But you have
you caught us and you knew that.
Yeah.
Correct. Kendra, please. I mean, like, at the end of the day, I totally understand. And he's not wrong. Women should not date potential for the most part. But as Kendra said, there are slim chances. And at the end of the day, I'm not going to lie, I'm one of those slim chances. Now, wait, but
hold on, because I want to clarify this. When I say slim chances, there's a character. A guy might not have the money, but the character is going to let you know that he's about something. So all the men that hold on. Okay. I'm gonna let you respond. And I said this on Instagram. I was thinking of literally 5 married guys that I know. 3 of those 5 are millionaires to this day, and 2 do very well in the 6 figures. And they're married to women that were on the come up with them. What I will say, all those guys, even at a lower level, show the character that they were hustlers, right? So no, I don't condone marrying a potential that's a PlayStation, maybe living in somebody's basement and not working. That's not a potential.
Correct. Yeah, and I'm not preaching.
I want to make that clear.
I'm not preaching that either. Yeah, you're correct, and I'm not.
But to be honest, and I'm not trying to judge you, that was the position that you were in when you linked up with her. You were living in your grandmother's house, correct?
Okay, so to explain that one, because that one's been thrown all around like I'm some homeless piece of shit who has absolutely nothing to his name. I was living in there because, if nobody knows, I'm an adopted man. I was adopted when I was 3 weeks old, and I never got to meet my birth family. About 3.5 years ago, I took the liberty by myself to finally have the strength and do that. And if you know, from an adopted youth point of view, it's not exactly an easy step, especially when my adopted parent is still alive. So it's something where I want to do it very respectfully and not do anything where I'm intruding or doing. But I lucked out, and I met my birth family, and they live in a scenario where they were able to house an extra room after years of me living on my own and visiting them, but to the point where it was like I became family. So they asked me to speed up the getting to know each other phase to move in. And on top of that, there was an elderly man who ran the house, and I took care of him. His name is Len, and unfortunately, Len passed away just recently, which is why I'm back again, okay? Because at the end of the day, family does matter. Something that the woman that I dated unfortunately did not entirely realize, which explains why a majority of her family are not actually blood. They are people she has positioned in her life to be yes men, which is a very interesting scenario. And in that aspect, I can't even knock Russell's point of view, because he's sitting here trying to like prove something in the aspect of like only date people who are successful in the aspect of stability. And I'm not knocking that. Who the hell is sitting here knocking that? I would be crazy to be knocking that. My whole point is I did a lot, man. Kendra, have you ever built a home? Like from scratch? I'm just asking a question.
I wanted to give you a chance to talk. Can we respond?
Yeah, for sure.
Whatever you need.
You gotta. In my experience, when somebody is explaining this much, it seems to be, something a little suspicious is happening. So just, I don't know the whole story. I guess you're right about that. I didn't know the first part or whatever, but it seems like if it's this much explanation, I learned so much about you just so quickly, and all of it seems just like some fucking victim of circumstances, and a 30-year-old can't get his life in order because he was adopted, and then somebody he met moved him in like family, and then he met some other woman, and then he set up shop over there, and then the car exploded. Just a lifetime of this. is going to
Hey,
be
out of
your
curiosity,
fate,
just real
and you're
quick,
gonna
I'll let you
drag
continue.
somebody into your shitty financial situation.
Hold on,
and you're
hold on.
gonna
Just out of
be
curiosity,
constantly
my
making
friend.
excuses forever. And I've learned that in 30 seconds, and I'm exhausted. Okay,
That's fine.
can
I ask your background just because since we know mine right now? Could I ask
Go
yours?
ahead.
Where,
I mean,
where were
yeah,
you
tell me, because
raised?
you
Out of
didn't grow up.
curiosity.
Right.
Where were you raised?
poor. I grew up poor. I got a high level of education. I have a master's degree in mathematics. I used to build weapons.
I didn't ask you if you were poor. I
No,
said, where did you grow
I
up?
think a lot of, no, this is
It's that
important.
background.
No,
Yeah,
but
because
I think
a lot of people,
it's important that you answer the question I
Right,
asked,
yes.
not the one you want to. Where did you grow
No,
up?
hold
Like,
on.
where's
He
your
wants,
background?
okay,
I didn't hear the
no.
question. I thought you asked my background.
Yes, no, well, just, I think a lot of people, we already kind of discussed this. They think you grew up rich, so therefore you had a lot of opportunities, but you actually grew up in a trailer.
Yeah, I grew up real poor.
I'm asking. So you grew up in the trailer, and then what opportunities presented themselves to where you learned something to then grab a hold of it and financially shoot yourself forward? I'm trying to take this as an advantage where I can try to learn something from you.
For me, it was education. So I went to college, a traditional four-year university, and we didn't have any money growing up. So I, did it the hard way, had jobs, and I took out loans and went to school and got a degree, and then got a job in aerospace, and I learned the ropes when it came to corporate, and I did that for about 10 years, and then I've since propelled myself into businesses in the internet space, mostly e-commerce and some financial services.
But what's the point you're trying to make, Lucky?
My point is just the fact that he clearly didn't grow up in a scenario where, unfortunately, I was pinned as the person in the car that had something, and therefore a record changed my ability to be in a white collar scenario. Now, I'm not sitting here. I'm not sitting here calling myself a victim either, because if you think I'm a victim, that's the last thing I am. There's a reason I'm not with her and by myself right now, because I'd identified at the end of the day, one, I couldn't provide what she wanted. That's something she wanted, and I'm just not going to sit here and drag my feet like I can immediately provide it for her. She's used to dating 65-year-old men. I am a 30-year-old man. 65-year-old men come with a lot more financial stuff or ability to obtain financial stuff in the time frame. So at the end of the day, the argument isn't that I'm such a bad guy. The argument is we didn't match. And we took a chance on the show because at the end of the day, that's what we all do on Kendra. We take a chance at love.
Fine.
And so for you to sit here and just genuinely come at me like I'm some piece of crap because I don't have money behind my name is genuinely, it makes me see the real cards of how LA really was and why I needed to escape all of those people that have this facade that money matters. At the end of the day, if money disappeared, who do you have? That's the key question.
Well, Lucky, okay. Listen, Lucky,
no, it's all
the deal.
good because at the end of the day, he's probably going to say something about the fact
This is, hold on real quick. Yes, you sit in LA, but this is not about LA. This is a worldwide thing. And at the simple core of it, I'm just going to be honest with you.
Am I too loud? Am I too loud for you? I'm so sorry. Okay, thank you.
Lucky, at the simple core of it, and I am familiar with all the shows, you didn't have your life in order. Plain blank clear. Now, whatever happened in the background, it's fine. So whether it's LA, whether you moved to Atlanta, you didn't have your life in order. You moved in with a woman who had children, and you weren't living off of her until you were able to contribute. And what I think most men will agree to is before you get in that position, get your life in order before you align yourself. So hold on. So you can't shame us for living in LA. Anybody watching this, they're gonna say
no. I'm not shaming the living in LA.
I will say this, Lucky.
Because don't put words in my mouth, Kendra.
Hold on, Lucky.
I
gave you the opportunity to talk.
Correct, but don't put words in my mouth.
I need to get the same respect. At the end of the day, you're full of a lot of excuses. And I just think as a man, you have a lot of excuses. Just shut off dating and get your life in order, and then you align with someone. But you want to sit here and argue all your excuses, and that, to be for real, is a lack of bullshit.
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, if I agree with you on it, how am I arguing? I'm just bringing up separate points because at the end of the day, there are circumstances that play out, and this is how it goes. I'm not saying I'm a perfect person, and I definitely have room to grow, and I've learned that from this experience. So it's one of those where it's like, I just don't understand how, one person can come on the show and it's just concrete. I honestly didn't even want it. We had mutually agreed we weren't going to go on the show, not because of the fact that, I'm so scared she's going to put so much out there. At the end of the day, kids don't call you stepdad because you didn't be a dad. And if you know how to be a dad, it takes a lot of work. It takes showing up to gymnastics practice, takes showing up to every single doctor's thing, showing up to school, doing the homework with them, actually cooking them food, taking them where they need to go, taking them to the park. All things these kids didn't experience. And unfortunately, I understand. Coming from your perspective, it doesn't sound great. From the aspect, but I also don't have enough time to really explain to you a whole year of work that I put into that relationship that is being minuscule down to I didn't have enough money. I mean, it's ridiculous. I literally drove this woman to and from work every single day.
We're going to have to disagree to agree.
Yeah, and that's fine. And hey, Kendra, I love you so much. So you have a great one.
We'll do some quick pay questions.
There's okay. I thought you were shutting me off.
Because you said build a house. If only Lucky could build a crib out of syllables.
That's honestly funny. Because I'd have a man.
Okay.
That was good. That was funny. Who said that?
It was Vegas Dice.
Vegas Dice. That's funny.
Manny Jackson said Lucky is about to have Russell jump out of his suit out of frustration.
Probably, because at the end of the day, I feel like Russell sees some potential and he's irritated because he doesn't see me taking it. And I agree.
Okay. Abraham said, forget Russell as an adopted Black man that comes from nothing. You need mental health therapy so you can grow up and become your own Black man.
Yeah, I'm actually 5 years into therapy because of the abuse I went through my childhood. So it's one of those things where I don't like to mention it as a crutch. I like to mention it as a scenario so people can understand that other people have lives that are a little different than them. You know, you might have grown up poor, but you grew up mentally okay. You didn't grow up with ADHD, bipolar, chronic depression, and ADD, and force-fed a ridiculous amount of drugs as a child just because people didn't know how to handle that at the time.
Yeah, I hear you. It just sounds like a common theme across.
And I understand too that my brain doesn't work in a point where it doesn't really push forward on everything where it needs to be. And that's why I genuinely do rely on a lot of groups sometimes. All right. And so I'm sorry that it looks that way, but that's just who I am. And I don't expect to be accepted by everybody, but I do know that I'm a genuine human being. Next question, if there is one, I don't know.
Sir, please don't disrespect Russell. He's being, I don't know what job it means.
Job it?
Yeah, I don't know what that means either. But he said, please don't, but they said, we got the first part. They said, don't disrespect Russell, child.
Maybe he's being job oriented. I don't know, but I would go with that.
I don't know. Jess said he lies so much that he should be a politician. Okay. The world said, please, cousin, someone find it in their heart and take one for the team. This is the best I can do for him. Oh, they're telling you to get a dog, I think. All right, this will be the last one. No place to live, not paying bills, and 2 prior felonies. No accountability from either partner. Excuses and defensiveness, or sure a scammer.
Hey, at the end of the day, I love the cousins. The cousins is what I come to this show for in the first place. So shout out to the cousins for some quality ass comments.
Well, and then Brandy said his insecurities are coming out when in the presence of a real alpha male. Russell didn't do anything except speak the truth.
I'll sit here and I'll admit that, hey, at the end of the day, I do have respect for Russell, which is why I am a little bit defensive, because at the end of the day, I do want Russell to understand who I am. And at the end of the day, I genuinely appreciate any advice and or, positioning where I could benefit my life. I mean, I'm not sitting here saying I want handouts in any way, which is why I eliminated that scenario from my life. I will not be put in a scenario where a woman is telling me that they're giving me everything when... I mean, $17,000 in 1 year might not seem like a lot to give somebody, but when you're in a first-year relationship, that was quite a bit of money, especially coming from someone.
No, you didn't give. You contribute to the bills. You were living with her.
No. I contributed $7,000 in bills, $1,000 each month for 5 months, and then about all the other extra gas bills, and then about $5,000 and amenities of just buying stuff. If she wanted to go on a splurge at Salvation Army and buy whatever she wanted, I'll take that hit. Don't worry about it. If you wanted to go and, for instance, I was the one who paid for her daughter's birthday party and at the Wisconsin Dells and didn't ask for a dime, then did it again the next fucking year with my daughter's scenario and ended up paying for plane flights.
You have a daughter? I forgot that part.
Yeah, that's why I'm back in
Where is
Illinois,
she?
because she wouldn't let me come visit my daughter on a regular basis without whining like a little. I don't even understand how it's a problem that I have to allocate money out of my small pocket to be able to go and visit a daughter who needs me. I'm not an absentee father here. If I was, then it wouldn't be.
You mean she wants you to pay child support?
No, I don't have a child support scenario, because that would mean I'm a shitty dad who didn't do anything. I'm in a scenario where at the end of the day, I still provide for my daughter, even though I don't live with the baby mother.
You give her money?
I give her money. I take her to trips.
You give her money every month?
Yeah, every month. You give her money every month?
I have it set up like this. Whenever she needs money and asks for it, she receives. There is
So
no
here's the answer. So you're not answering the question.
That means no.
So you don't
Okay. Oh,
that's how I was raised. My daddy didn't give my mama no money either.
At the end of the day, at the end of the day, I did try to do that, and she started to deny the regular payments, and so we agreed both, because at the end of the you forget. There's so much more that I can't explain, and at the end of the day, it sounds like excuses, because that's all it's going to come off of in this type of scenario, and the dynamics of asking questions and receiving answers. So, I mean, there's no way for me to look good, but I just wanted to clear my name as such a shitty person. I genuinely loved that woman, and it just didn't work out. And I don't understand how that couldn't have just been the ending. It had to be turn me into some devil. I didn't destroy her house. If you want the honest to God truth, yes, I was frustrated in the last conversation that we had. We got heated in an argument, and I had everything already packed up in my car and had already decided to leave. So I gave her one last chance. If she wanted me, say it. And she didn't want to express that she wanted me. So the last piece of furniture in the house was behind 16 loads of laundry that I had finished doing the day before, because she has 8,000 articles of clothing in a house that's not bigger than, I mean, I wish I could.
Well, hold on, Lucky. Now, one thing, I'm not gonna let you talk about her house, because at least she had a house.
Right,
like you cannot talk about this woman's house because she had one. You didn't have one. So you cannot. I don't care if it was a room. She had a house. You did not have it. So just
she had a townhome rental. You're right. You got $1,600 a month.
Either way, you moved in with her. You didn't have that.
And I paid a majority for it.
You didn't have at all.
I paid a majority for it. I see what you're doing, Kendra, trying to do like a but it's okay.
No,
it just shows your two cards, and it's so funny how the person. It's so funny. No.
Hold the hell up.
Hold the hell up.
No, I took a couple of things.
No, because I understand. I understand.
Here's the reality. You can't get nowhere when somebody cannot accept that it's them. And I wasn't trying to shame him, but one thing you're not gonna do, how you gonna be on the bus and talk about somebody with a motherfucking Honda? At least they have a car. Like, this is the point I'm making. Whether it was small or not, she had a home that you had to move into because you did not have your own home. So no, you're not gonna diss this woman's confinement because you basically was homeless, and that's the point. And I hate that Lucky is the guy, because I was trying to defend men in the sense of you should date potential at times. And I do feel as though there are times, but the character is going to have to be weighed first. But Lucky just made Russell's argument so much better.
That's what I've been trying to tell you guys from day one. Just wait at the finish line and date the winner. Straight up. Case in point. And my God, you are so patient.
I was trying to be patient because I felt that, listen, I do know that this is a hard thing to do, to come on, right? And I wanted to say this, and I was trying to be sympathetic, but I had to go hard because he was just not taking responsibility. I had to say this a lot with women, where I say sometimes you're in a single season. I have been in single seasons. Listen, y'all, I worked extremely hard to be where I am. And for those who know, I used to be in Chicago. I tell my stories. I was on unemployment. I worked for this shit. And I remember when I was literally on unemployment, I did not date, because the only thing I had to do was get myself together. And even as a woman that could have dated, because, men don't really give a fuck if you're on unemployment or not, I took myself out of the dating market because I had to invest and become a better woman. I couldn't sleep with myself. There are moments when I was unemployment from radio, sleeping on an air mattress. That is my career. So don't let this shit fool you. Sacrifices, hard work. Ain't nobody give me a damn dime. So with that being said, you're not going to try to shame me for it either, because this is not us sitting in some high horses. This is two people who worked extremely hard to be where they are. And we're not trying to judge you because we know everybody doesn't get here, right? And that's fair. But you got to take accountability for your life. You got to take accountability for where you are. And Lucky, you're just not willing to take accountability.
Woo, man, that was intense.
No, because I think
you're scary, Kendra.
No, because listen, I sit here as genuine as they come, like for real. And I know what it is. I have been in every tax bracket. Trust and believe. I had $40 to my name. I have lived on unemployment, and I would not date. I didn't give a fuck who wants to date me. I would not date because I was poor, working, trying to make it happen in this life. And I think it's okay to say right now, I don't need to date nobody. Let me get me together.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
But I hate that now, damn it, fellas, I can't defend y'all too much.
I'm telling you, just date the winners, guys. It's just because of the excuses. And this is what happens. And I've said this 100 times. If the guys, you date guys for potential, and then what happens is they don't realize their potential, and then they just blame you for it. Mm-hmm. It's your fault. She's the reason. And her townhouse, it was such a mess. Her townhouse was such a mess. And then she wouldn't even raise her kid. And then she did. This is what I've been saying this whole time. Ta-da! Like, where's my crystal ball? I don't have one here, but it's like I can read the future. I'm like the ghost of Christmas future. This is what I'm trying to tell. I'm trying to warn you folks. You can change your timeline. Straight up. Just date guys that have their life in order. My God. Woo! Because otherwise you're going to suffer for it, I promise you.
Oh, God. This was, and Lucky confirmed that. Okay, we had a couple of, y'all paid a lot of money for these questions, so I won't read them all because Lucky's gone. But this one paid $50. I gotta say, Lucky's right on this something 9, Kendra, because when there is no money anymore and the time of bartering and trade kicks in, then what? Survival of the fittest. I believe that money's not everything, but in this case, I mean, here's the deal. Money matters, right? So life goes up and down, but you can't. What I'm not going to defend is just the woe is me. Now, granted, life happens and sometimes you're in situations, but hustlers, they figure it out, right? I'm going to get it. McDonald's hires every day. Amazon's hiring every day. We're not saying live outside of your means, but there's really no excuse. You can go out right now. You can go online, child. There's so many ways to find a way to make money. So we can't keep having the excuses. Yes, money's not everything, and I'm with you there, girlfriend, but money's something.
Yeah, but also, what is this? We're not going to go backwards into some post-apocalyptic scenario where there's no currency anymore. This doesn't make sense. I mean, I hear what you're saying, like in an imagination land when all of society collapses and we go back to bartering with chickens and like wheat or whatever, then sure, okay. But like in the real world, that's just not going to happen. Not anytime soon. Okay, this will be the last one, and then we're going to go on to the next guest. Push the request if you want to be a guest. Push the request if you want to be a guest. This one just said, Russell that boy. Oh, hell no, you got to have all that. Boy, go get your treatment. Did the FE say the thrift store? Oh. What's he talking about? Okay,
this is he don't understand all the time Black lingo. This is a compliment to you.
Okay.
Russell that boy is a compliment to you.
Okay.
Right. Now the rest, I'm translating. Then we have, oh hell no, you have all that. Boy, go get treatment. Did the FE say the thrift store? Oh, I think he said something about taking her. Lucky. Yeah, Lucky. Yeah, it was to Lucky. All right, let's go back to our show. We got to see your face. So on YouTube, you want to get one more person? I know you got it. Okay, we'll try to get one more person.
I do got it.
We'll try to get one more person, and then let me see what this said. Push the request if you want to be a guest. There's a lot of paid questions. Okay, and I'm going to read this one because I don't want you to get slighted because I think he tried to make it into Russell's white and he's not understanding my plight. So Paradise said, Russell, as a Black man, I'm tired of that same poor me story. But your whiteness currently has a systematic advantage. Lucky, love yourself, hurt, love, and cash. Okay, we talked about this a little bit on Instagram. And this is what I will say, and we know how we keep it real. I do feel as though there is white privilege in America. There's no denying that. And there are certain things that this is why I am defending dating men that with character are showing potential. Because the reality is we live in America and not all the times they're gonna give like the black man the high paying job. Like we can keep it 1,000. If there's a white CEO, he's gonna probably pick his nephew or his cousin or his friend's son. So they kind of keep the jobs going. So there's not always a lot of high paying jobs for African American men. But at the same time, you have to at some point in time do the best you can. And maybe you don't get that job. There's still characteristics that you can see in a person that is potential with results. So this is where we disagree. Like I do feel potential with results, a lady should give that guy a chance. But then Lucky just didn't represent me defending that.
Well, then also you got to remember, folks, I grew up poor. I can't, and I'm a white man. I understand that. I have no perspective on what it's like to grow up as a black man in any capacity at all. I know that the country is a bit unfair for sure when it comes to race, especially profiling in the workforce for sure. There's no doubt about it. I'm just saying from my perspective, when we're talking to Lucky, I just think that he was making a lot of excuses, excuses that there's some not insurmountable problems. He can find himself a way to make something of himself if he just didn't feel his life was just constant complaining about every other circumstances, the reason why he's where he's at.
Got you. All right. So listen, I wonder if they nervous, child. Push the request if you want to be a guest. Push the request if you want to be a guest.
That's all right. It's my time anyway.
Oh yeah, he might have to go. So if you have to go, so now you've seen how it works. So Russell is going to be guest co-hosting at times when your girl needs a break, child. But yeah, you've been here because you did a little bit of IG. So if you have to go, I know you're a busy man. I'll stay around a little bit longer. Let's see if we get one more person. Dominique, we have to see is that a guy?
Yeah, he's there.
I can't see your face, sir. See, on YouTube, you got to be careful because sometimes they could try to, they be trying.
Yeah,
all right, Gigi, show me the room, Gigi. Show the room so I gotta, all right, here we go. Okay. You got time for this one?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
All right, this is a normal one. All right, hi, Gigi.
Hi guys, how are you?
Hi, Gigi.
Hi,
I wish
how are
we could
you?
make it bigger. We can't make it bigger.
No, you
Okay,
can't make it bigger.
we gotta get close. Hey, Gigi.
Hi guys,
How are you? Gigi.
I didn't even expect to get on. Like I literally just got in the house and I was like, oh, I see it's live. It's been live for like 40 minutes. And I was like, oh, let me just try. So I was like, oh my God, that's crazy.
You got like a bright personality about you. Out of the gate, I can see you're all smiles. You're so happy. I like that.
Thank you.
Gigi, how old are you?
I'm 33.
33. Okay, I'm gonna go through the questions. I got a little rubric here we're gonna follow. Okay?
I got my rubric too.
What city are you in, Gigi?
I'm in Detroit.
D-Town. All right. I know that neck of the woods. Okay, and then do you have any kids?
I don't have any children.
Oh, nice. So no kids.
Waiting till I get married
No
for that.
responsibilities other than yourself. Okay. Okay, great. And then let's see here. And job?
Work for the government. I'm a private contractor.
Oh, work. I did that a little bit myself, actually. It was, working for Northrop Grumman for almost 7 years, just over 7 years, actually. As
Nice.
private contractor for the government. Same thing, same exact thing. Okay, what kind of work is it?
So
Is
it's
it
more
kind?
security detailed.
Yeah,
Okay.
so sometimes when they say government, I just kind of let it go, child.
Yeah.
Yeah, because can't say too much.
I'm gonna put government. That's all
Yeah.
I'm gonna put government. Okay, fair enough. Fair
Okay.
enough.
So do you have no kids, right?
She said no kids.
No
Okay.
children.
No kids.
Waiting till I'm married
All right.
for that.
So the first question would be, what kind of man you looking for, Gigi?
So as far as the man I'm looking for, because sometimes I get a little nervous, so I did write it down. So someone's genuine, laid back, humble, kind, loyal, provider, confident, attentive, a good communicator, someone who's willing to compromise, be accountable for imperfections, because we're not perfect. Able to talk about things when things don't go your way. Just because something has been told no doesn't mean you gotta throw a little temper tantrum and be like, ah. And someone's healed from their previous relationship. Like a man who's not like, oh, don't do this, don't do that. Oh, women all do this. Like if you're an adult and you have that mindset of all women do this and all men do that, we're probably not going to be compatible because everything is unique. Everybody comes from a different background. So you can't just be like, oh, all people that are like this, like, oh, you're going to be that type of man or that type of woman. You know, that's not always the case.
Gigi, I'm going to write a man who compromises.
Okay.
Compromise. That's the key. But you know what? You mentioned something in there that I didn't quite understand, which was you said provider, and you already got it. You got a good job working government, working security, detail. What does a provider mean to you?
Provider is more than monetary. So a lot of people be like, oh, I need my man to make this. It's not about me. It's about our household. About our dynamic. You're providing for the house. You're not providing for me. I provide for myself. You're providing for the structure that you as a man has kind of set up for us under your leadership. You are the husband. You are the head of household. So you're providing for what it is that you see fit for, you know, our house. So someone who can provide the things I already have going for myself pretty much. So someone who can still contribute to the happiness that I already have, contribute to me, you know, seeing the world like I already kind of do. Someone that can provide that protection, the safety, the love, you know, the fun times, the happiness, someone that can contribute to things that I already as a person have going. And you kind of, to me, when you get together, you bring those together and now you're like 100%. Like, I'm not gonna like say it like a 50-50 thing, but you are as complete as you can possibly be, you know, as yourself, and someone who can like naturally kind of like mesh with you and you bring those things together.
Gigi, you think we could put a dollar sign on that? How much would all that be worth in one number?
I don't know. Like, I feel like there's not really a number that you can put on it. It's priceless because a lot of things
So,
that
okay,
I
let's
want
just ask a direct question. Does this man got to make a certain amount of money?
You know what I think?
Oh, that question. Oh, a
Gigi,
certain amount of money.
Oh,
I
okay.
would say at least, you know, 80, at least 80 at a minimum, because I feel like as a man, most men who are career driven, you're not going to be comfortable yourself at 80. You're going to continue to try to want to achieve more. I would think that, because if me as myself as a woman, I don't like to get too comfortable. I would believe a man of some type of substance wouldn't want to have, you know, a complacency. So he himself would want to do more. So if you're at least at 80 and you're comfortable, just understand the household that you want to have, and will that amount still be comfortable for the lifestyle that you want to live. So
Gigi,
you
I
know.
think you're gonna need. I think you're gonna need a man that makes $80,000, and you need a man that's a good listener.
Yes, I do talk a lot.
He's gonna love to. He needs to love to hear you talk.
I know, I do
That's
talk a
for
lot. I
sure.
do
And
talk a lot. I have
there's
a lot
of
to say.
guys out there like that now. I'm telling you. And how? Let me. You know, what about physical attributes though? I got $80,000. I inserted good listener. What else we got? What does he look like?
Physical attributes, you know, as people say, be attractive to me. I do like black men. I prefer black men. Is, you know, I want somebody that I can relate to. Not saying you can't be mixed race,
Are
Hispanic,
you mixed
Latino.
race?
I'm sorry.
Are you mixed race? I didn't ask that question
No.
earlier. Are you mixed
Am
race?
I mixed race?
Yeah.
No, I'm primarily black. I consider
Okay.
myself black.
So you're saying you would date a guy
You
that's
date
mixed
a guy
race?
that's mixed race. Got it.
Correct. I would date a mixed race guy. I need to be able to relate to you and you understand what it is that I go through as a black woman. If you can't understand the things that I've been through and the way I have to maneuver on the outside world, and if I'm coming to you with certain things and you see it more as a complaint than a vent, we probably won't get along.
Okay.
Okay. How tall is he? How tall are you?
I would
I didn't
say
ask how
taller
tall
than
you
me.
are.
Huh?
How tall are you?
And I'm not that tall. I'm 5'1".
Okay,
So I
and then
would say if I had to
how
put
tall does he need to be? If you're 5'1", he can be basically any size at this point.
exactly, if I had to put a number on it, I would say at least be taller than 5'7", 5'8".
All right, so you got kings of all shapes and sizes ready to go.
You're in a good position because 5'1" means you can date a guy 5'8". He's still taller than
I
you.
know, and then you see people, you know, people are talking on the show all the time, 6', 6', and like the last probably 5 or 6 guys I've tried to talk to, coincidentally are like 6'6", 6'5", 6'7", 6, and I'm like, did your back not hurt? Like trying to like hug me or
Well,
whatever the case may be.
well,
And then
Gigi,
they're like, oh, people, you know, want D1 athlete kids. And I'm like, LeBron James' mother is 5'5". So let's calm down.
Gigi, we hear what you say, and now we need to see what you look like. We got to do the Kendra cam.
Oh, Kendra Cam.
We got to do
Okay.
Kendra.
A little short.
Let me see. Can you see? Yeah,
Right,
yeah.
we can see.
Yeah, okay.
You
You
look
got it.
smart,
Yeah,
like you're in
you're in
good
shape.
shape.
You're in
Yeah.
shape.
I know you know I'm short, so I might need to stand up on the couch.
No, you're in great
No,
shape.
you're in great shape for sure. So we got your 5'1", you're in shape, no kids. You're 33 years old. You're in Detroit. Detroit's a big city. You having a hard time dating in Detroit?
I haven't really attempted dating in Detroit like that. I just recently added the Kendra G Singles app, probably like a week or so ago. A lot of men are from Nigeria, so
Yeah.
Well, we just did a not, and I'm sorry, Africa. We did a ban on. There's a ban on Africa right now, only because we had a lot of scammers. So we're
oh,
gonna. So
okay.
it won't be a ban for life for all my Africa supporters, but we did have to put a ban because we were getting too many scams leading back to that location. So I will say
Okay.
this though, but you're on this worldwide show. Still open up your horizons, not just to Detroit.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. When was your last relationship, Gigi?
About 3.5 years ago.
Okay.
3.5 years ago. That's a long time.
That's a long time. Not well. Let's ask. You don't got to answer this question, but yeah, he doesn't like answering this question. You don't have to answer, but I'm gonna ask. When's the last time you was intimate with someone?
Probably about a year ago.
A year. Oh,
Even though I
a
feel
year.
crazy answering that because I'm originally from Alabama, but I'm gonna put that out there. But yeah.
Terry likes you. Terry said, "Protect Gigi at all costs. She is rare." Thank you, Gigi.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I can't see the comments, but thank you.
Yeah, he said, "Protect you at all costs."
Well, Terry, are you on the Kendra G?
I know, Terry. You gotta. Okay, we're gonna get Terry. Keep watching because I'm gonna get her her app name. What are 3 flaws you have to work on?
3 flaws that I have to work on. As one of them that you guys can tell, I talk a lot. I do.
She got a lot on her mind, guys.
I have an outgoing personality, but I do talk a lot. I think it's from your mom always saying like, "Go outside, go outside. You talk too much. You ask me too many questions. Go outside."
Your
If
mom
I
was
had
telling
got
you
those
that?
answers, I would probably talk a lot. So I think expecting other people to give what I give them just because I'm kind, that's a flaw. I need to be able to take people as they are. Overthinking and over explaining, and also discipline over motivation. Just because motivation is more temporary, and I struggle a lot with keeping that discipline, which the motivation kind of thrives off of. But my biggest flaw is overthinking and over like talking a lot, over explaining myself.
Yeah.
Yes, you do talk a lot.
And people
I do.
are saying they're saying they hope you don't work for the CIA.
See, that's where you
I'm
might
just
get
kidding.
confused.
To be honest, you got a great personality. You're very bright. You're very personable. You got a great, nice smile. You got a great body. You're in shape. I think you're great. As long as you got a guy that wants to listen to you, you'll find stand for you. Y'all just put that on the front and center of your profile. And I'm not trying to make fun of you. I think it's endearing. You just got to find a guy that likes to listen. That's all. That's all you need.
Yeah, I do try to tone it back. Like I said, that's my flaw. I've been working on it, but I know it seems like really bubbly now, but I do know how to just like, you know what? I can kind of read the room and be like, you know what? All right, yeah, reel it back. You're doing a little too much. You're doing a little too much.
Well, let me ask this the last question. This is before you get a chance to sell yourself. Why would a guy be lucky to be with you?
I think a guy would be lucky to be with me because I'm nurturing, I'm self-sufficient, I'm caring, I can cook. I'm from Alabama, born and raised. You had to be able to cook before you even knew how to spell cook. So I think I'm honest. I'm honest, I'm loving, I am look, now that I need to say a lot, I can't even say nothing.
No, I think we got. I got a whole book on you.
We got one, Gigi. So let's go. Now, Terry already said he liked you, girl. So what's your name on the Kendra G Singles dating app?
It's Gigi _ Arafa, ARAFA.
We're pulling it up.
Hold on. Okay, okay. So Gigi. So GIG.
GIGI.
Oh, you came up first. You're the first one. Oh, you're so attractive.
Hey, y'all, in
GG _
California,
she's the
that's 2
first
weeks ago.
Gigi. So put in GG and then underscore, and she'll be the first girl. I'm gonna show you her picture after, Russell. All right, this is her on the Kendra G Singles dating app. No kids, waiting for marriage. Could the guy have kids?
I would prefer them not to have children. But if the guy is quality enough for us to work through what I have seen in the past from men that have children, if he has one child and we can make that work and the mother is a good mother, because if you have a crazy baby mama, I'm not going to do it. If your baby mama is throwing your kid in front of tablets and listening to Sexy Red all day, I'm not going to do it, because the way I would want to raise our children and the way I would want him to raise our children might be different than the mother that he has a child with. And I don't want to have no drama. So.
All right, here she is, guys. She looks great here. You better learn.
That's me.
You guys got to learn to love to listen. If you want to be,
Is that okay?
Not
Real
too
quick,
much
let's
on
talk
me,
about
Russell.
this.
Not too much.
Did she, okay, as a male, do you think that could be a crush if she learned to tune it down?
No, listen. If you start to feel like you have to tone yourself down, not be yourself around other people, you're gonna start to harbor a real resentment towards the other person. That's no good. You just got to find somebody that can just likes to, is quiet. You need to find a strong, quiet type. That's what you need to find. That's perfect. Just you can do the talking for both of you.
And I think a man that would love you so much, he would deal with it. I think you look good. So here's the deal, fellas.
You look great.
You do. You look. You can shoot your shots. You could send her a DM before you match. That's how you shoot your shot. I'm gonna send her a message and just say, "Hey, girl, hey." You can also send a voice message too. I'm gonna say, "Hey, girl, hey." Hey, girl, hey. You know you can talk, girl, but you look good. Okay. Oh, you seen it? Oh, I didn't record.
Somebody saying you were on Pop the Balloon. Were you on that?
I was on Pop the Balloon, yes.
Oh, no. You cannot escape the internet.
Let me tell you, people, I feel like I am the second stop to Pop the Balloon. You're like the fifth person that's been on that show, and then they call me.
It's because when I was there on the show, someone had brought up, they were like, "Oh, I done the Kendra G." And I was like, "Who is Kendra G?" So I was like, "Oh," and I looked it up and I was like, "Oh," I was like, "She's pretty." And then I started seeing what it is that you do. And I was like, you know what? It's 2025. I'm open to all avenues. I'm open to going outside. I'm open to the apps. I'm open to whatever, can potentially happen, even though I'm still old school. Because again, I'm born and raised in the South. So you need to be able to initiate conversation. There's too many men that are sitting back because they're 6 foot, 6 figures, above 6 inches, that they want to sit back and have the woman come to them. I'm sorry. If you want a traditional woman, I'm going to show you I'm interested, but I will not initiate conversation with you.
Yes, I love it. All right, here she is, child. We like Gigi over here. Gigi on the Kendra G singles dating app. So it's GIG_ARAFA. But if you put in, she's so pretty.
Take a screenshot.
Yeah, okay, that's right. Russell said, take a screenshot, fellas. GIGI_AF, and she'll come right up. Shoot your shot, send her a message, or you can push the heart or the star. And you can send her a gift too. All right, Gigi girl, thank you for coming on the show, boo.
Okay, thank you guys.
You did it, Gigi.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye, Gigi.
I'm gonna read a couple of these comments before we go. I saw Stacy spent $100 to say, "I love Russell and his content. 2 sugar daddies and 1 provider." Have you said that?
All right. I didn't say that. Did I say that? That sounds like something I would say, but did I say that today? Did I let that slip out? I'm not sure.
Okay. Let me do something else. Okay. Demara said Russell is going to be a great addition to the show. This is a huge step for your taking, Kendra. This will change the dynamic of the show. Amazing idea.
There you have it.
There you have it. What I want to say is, although I think me and Russell, we agree on a lot and we disagree on some things, right? We're not gonna agree on everything. But what I will say is, I think we both have a genuine desire to help people find their somebody, right? Sure. And whether we agree on certain things or how that person finds somebody, at the end of the day, and like I always said, I started the show, this is a people show. Y'all see I'm out in the world now to touch y'all. And Russell's my neighbor, so and first of all, I don't know if they like you because what you're saying, or they just want to look at you. Because they want to date you too, Russell. They want to
take that as a compliment.
Yeah, they'll take that as a compliment.
I think some of them like what I say too, though.
Yeah, no. I think so. Let's see. Thank you for introducing Russell. He is a breath of fresh air and gives practical advice. I really appreciate that he doesn't try to tear anyone's self-esteem down to make his point.
Yeah, I don't do that unless they deserve it. Sometimes some of y'all deserve it.
Listen, can I tell you? I
was pretty nice, I think.
You were really nice, but you wasn't holding back for Lucky, and I respect.
Wow, God, that was unlucky. Yeah, call himself unlucky. My God.
I was like, okay, Russell. Because what I will say say is there's gonna be times when you host a show, you know, you're gonna have energy like that. And it was good to see that you're not afraid to hold your own and make your point.
I said Russell do the Kendra cam. I should do the Kendra cam.
Okay, yeah, do the Kendra cam. I never did the Kendra.
We're on the Kendra cam.
Okay, so move this. You know, move that out the way. Russell will do the Kendra cam for y'all. I never do the Kendra cam, although I am dressed today. But I'll let Russell do the Kendra. Woo! Look at Russell.
I got this. I'm 6'1", guys.
He's 6'1". Oh God. Russell, do you take black women?
I do. I date all shapes and sizes, colors, creeds. I'm not discriminating over here. Actually, look at this. So this is all custom for me.
Hartley. This is your name is in your jacket.
Yeah.
Oh God. Not the name is in the jacket.
I'm not gonna make you guys do the Kendra cam, and I'm not gonna do the Kendra cam. That's crazy. I'm not gonna drive across town just to disappoint you.
Yes. No. You came as I expected. All right. So
Thanks for having me, guys.
This was the first day. We'll let you know when Russell comes and guest co-hosts again. He has to do this with me at least 3 times, and then he will be on his own.
I think we make a great team.
Yeah, we do. We make a great team. All right, you guys. Let them follow you. You can give your information.
Oh yeah. I'm just Russell Hartley on YouTube. But your Instagram is Mr.Russell Hartley. Mr. Russell Hartley on TikTok. Google me. I'm there at the top. I'll be at the top of the page.
Okay. There we go. All right. We got it. Bye, everyone.
Thanks, guys.
Bye, guys.